Hello from Hyperledger Global Forum in Dublin. I'm joined by Tracy Kuhrt, Technical Architect at Accenture. Good afternoon, Tracy.
Hello, how are you?
Great. Tracy, introduce your role at Accenture for our audience, please.
At Accenture, I am a technology architect. I work in both blockchain and the metaverse, and I put together reference architectures for both. I also do a lot of training of new individuals coming in who want to learn about blockchain. I expect there to be a lot of training that comes around for the metaverse as well.
Brilliant. Now, we're going to chat today about your role as chair of the Technical Steering Group. So maybe for our audience, what is the Technical Steering Group and what does the chair do?
Yeah, so the Technical Steering Committee is made up of a number of people who are from the community, who have contributed to the projects. They are voted in by community members on a yearly basis. We focus on things like new projects that are coming into Hyperledger, deciding whether those projects make sense to be incubated immediately or maybe they start as a project, as a Hyperledger lab. We talk about governance. How do we govern the Hyperledger technical community? And we focus on a number of task forces where we're trying to complete a particular task.
I think it'd be great just maybe to highlight a couple of the important things that come out of that work.
Yeah, so I think really it is about looking for new projects that are coming in and finding the right sort of community and open source collaboration that happens, and really just helping the technical community decide on kind of the best path forward.
Great. And just maybe one or two more questions about the Technical Steering Group, and then I'll talk about your highlights of your tenure as chairperson for the last year or so. But how does it work? How do you meet and how do you share and collaborate at that level?
Sure. So we meet on a weekly basis. We meet at 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific time. If anybody wants to join, obviously they're welcome to join. It's completely open to anybody who'd like to participate. It's not just the Technical Steering Committee that get on those calls. It's anybody in the community who is interested in kind of what we're trying to accomplish and do. And so it really is mostly done through those meetings where we set up an agenda. We go through that agenda. We do also communicate on the Discord chat as well.
Great. Now, looking back as a tenure, both personally and professionally, is there any kind of highlights you'd like to call out and say, looking back, that was a key moment there?
I guess, the biggest key moment from the Technical Steering Committee would be I was one of the first 2 women who were elected to the Hyperledger Technical Steering Committee, and I think that was a moment in time that we can look at and say, now we have more than 2, right? We have I don't know the exact number. I think we're about 4 females who are on the Technical Steering Committee now out of 14, which obviously is better than it was when we had nobody. Yep. So I guess that would be the one. Fantastic.
And I've just got a couple of more questions. Is there a particular project or something that's caught your eye either this year going to next year from all of the work that you're doing, but either at Accenture or within Hyperledger that you'd like to share with the audience?
Yeah, so I see a lot of what's happening in the space because I'm also a lab steward. And so I get to see kind of the new experimentation that's happening. And, the last 4 projects that we have come out of labs. And so it's really exciting. The most recent project that we've incubated is Hyperledger Solang. It's a Solidity compiler, and I think it's really interesting that we're moving from kind of the top level of the ledger technology to the actual tools that will support those technologies. And I think as soon as you start bringing in the tools, you end up with a place where you've got kind of the broad spectrum of support for doing blockchain.
Oh, amazing. And where can people find out more about that project?
So I don't know that we've actually had a blog post posted yet, but I can tell you if you go to github.com/hyperledger/Solang, you'll find that project. There's also a Solang channel on the Discord channel where there's a ton of communication that's happening about what's going on in that project.
You heard it here first, folks. It's fantastic. And it's great having such a leader, woman in tech, and a Hyperledger ambassador and a champion of technology. I think it would be lovely just to share one last question. When you look at the values, what it's meant to you being part of the Hyperledger community, and just to maybe just elaborate on that a little for our audience would be great.
Yeah, so the Hyperledger community, I think, is just an open community. We're very collaborative, and I love the fact that you can put something out there to the world. Anybody can use it, anybody can see it, and the open source sort of mentality of being open is, to me, one of the great things I think about Hyperledger.
Amazing. Tracy, thank you so much. Thank you for the chat. Really enjoyed it. Congratulations to your tenure as chairperson of the steering committee.
Thank you.
And the best of luck. Enjoy the rest of your trip in Dublin.
Thank you.